Hello guys, I'm Hesmiyu and welcome to another episode of Narcissu. There's another episode, I meant a new series. I've already been recording another series for an hour. The previous episode of this was in my Look At series, and I decided that I thought I would like to tell a story, so that's why I did this series. There will be a slight difference, hopefully, in my voice. Let's start. There was this place, kind of like a lounge at one side of the corridor, across from the nurse's station. This generally deserted place held a few couches and chairs, as well as a large TV. Stupid programs commemorating the new year were still being broadcasted on a 28-inch screen. And there was a girl who looked absolutely bored watching that absolutely boring TV. Short, in pink pyjamas, a white bracelet on her wrist, just like mine. Impressively long hair that almost reached down to her hips. Hey, do you find that interesting? There was no deep purpose in asking, simply, I had nothing else to do, so I started talking to her. Not really, was her only reply to me. She didn't turn to face me at all. And she kept looking on with boredom at that TV, as if I didn't even exist. Then don't watch it. Even as I thought this, I sat down in the chair next to her, and side by side, we watched TV. Nothing else to do, nothing we could do. So we sat there silently and watched TV. New Year celebration programs, as per usual. All uses a way of comedians and oddities. And every so often, the MC's stupid shrill laughter, resounding dryly in his white, sun-drenched lounge. Say, tell me. Oh, dang. The girl suddenly started talking to me, but her eyes were as always glued to the TV screen. How many times is it for you now? What do you mean by that? How many times have you come here to 7F? Sorry, I have no clue what you're talking about. I see. So it's your first time then. So she seen my confusion about her question and come to the right conclusion. Then since there's no one else around, and since it's my duty, there's this wall. Nodding slightly, she explained that the wall was that someone here, 7F, should tell newcomers the truth. I knew nothing, I understood even less. And as if I did not exist, she slowly started her speech. Then listen closely. Darts. Her words, spoken methodically, one by one, were a little different from all the ones I'd heard from the doctors about this place. In the business-like, crisp syntaxes, they told me, there is a place where one awaits for medical advances. There is a place where one heals one's heart, and perhaps they might have been correct in a general sense. But according to the girl, that was just the party line. The truth was that this 7F was the only place in the hospital where medical treatments did not take place. this was just a place where you waited for your life to come to an end. Those were her words to me. I thought so as well. I felt it before she'd spoken. See, this is my second time. Second time doing what? Coming here. And then she explained to me. Not nobody on 7F stayed here from initial hospitalization all the way until death. While there was zero possibility of being cured, you were sent home if your condition was stable. But if it worsened again, you will stay here. That cycle ended only in death. Whether it was at home or here on 7F, always one of the two. You were going to die. No way to escape it, it seemed. And with that meaning permeating her every word, she informed me that this was her second time up here. I'm only going to say this once, so listen closely now. She continued speaking, all the while staring at the blank TV screen. This wasn't idle chit chat about when lights out was, or whether the kitchen was anything like that. This was something completely different. The third time you're discharged home, resign yourself. There won't be a fourth time. You'll never go home again. If you ever want to escape, head towards the B station, not the A station. Eat nothing, that is the simplest shortcut. You leave the smallest burden on your family that way. It was as if she was packed to the brim with matters like those. This was probably an oral tradition, relevant only to those who were going to die, and kept by those who came here for that purpose. So is this duty that you were talking about? Yes, that's right. So do remember to perform it for a newcomer yourself someday, okay? With those words, she slowly stood up. She casually tossed her long hair, and it grazed my nose. I have to go get my temperature measured, so... Then she turned her back and started walking down the corridor. Like completely deserted, save for me, the lounge held only the laughter from the TV and the white flowers by the windowsill. In the end, she didn't even look at me once. Protagonist. A few days later. New Year celebrations were over, and the middle and high school students were beginning a new term. And just as ever, she and I sat in this lounge, staring blankly at the TV. This is boring. So it is. So we said, but both of us kept our eyes on the screen. Hey, is this place always this way? I don't understand what you're getting at. I'm getting at how it's always deserted. Other than the nurses, doctors, and help staff, and other than her, I've not seen a single person. Did everybody go home for New Year or something? Do you really want to know? Oh, well, I didn't mean. Then I won't tell you. We who disinterestingly tossed back and forth this exchange that could not even be called a conversation. The slightest breeze, coming from the window that was not open more than 15 centimeters. From time to time, her hair would sway, as if in agreement the flowers at the windowsill would too. This was how we killed time day after day, staring at that boring good-for-nothing TV. Click, click, click. Oh, here the two of you are. An elderly nurse said as she was towards us. From what I knew of this nursing station, she was apparently in the charge nurse of 7F. Well, Miss Satsuni, any fever? I'm fine. No fever. Satsumi. So that was her name. You really shouldn't be moving around like this. Dots. Do you understand? Everybody's worried about you. Well, whatever. Come on now. What kind of answer is that? Oh, children these days. The nurse continued to scold and henpeck for some while longer. And the girl named Satsumi, just pretended not to notice it at all. She simply stared straight forward at that boring TV, paying that fussy nurse a little heed as she could. I'll be coming later to draw some blood, okay? With those words, the charge nurse went back to the nurse's station. Hey, you know. Well, mind if I call you Satsumi? I asked this as I stared at her white vinyl ID bracelet, and the blood name and blood type and the name written therein. Dots. Is something the matter, Satsumi? Why are you calling me that? Huh? You're younger than me. Hey, why am I younger than you? Nothing, that's just what I thought, is all. It wasn't that I defended that she called me younger than her. It was that no matter how I looked at it, I thought I was 5 or 6 years older than she was. That's why I took out my driver's license from my breast pocket and handed it directly to her. See? I may not seem it, but I'm 20. Dots. So you're younger than me after all. She only took a glance at my license before handing it back to me. I don't really get what you're saying. It doesn't really matter. I'm just a little older than you, that's all. She murmured, as expressionlessly as ever. Her eyes fixated on a boring TV, alright, but it also felt as if she was gazing at something far away. After I had taken my AM vital signs, I snuck past the nurses and boarded the elevator. When I got to 1F, I walked out the outpatient clinic doors and walked outside of the hospital. My goal was the place I had been told not long ago, the faraway B station, not the nearby A station. Wasn't that I wanted to escape or anything. At 7F or home, none of us died anywhere else. That's what I'd been told. And this B station, which this girl named Satsumi had apparently been to so many times. That's why, at least just once, I wanted to see this place with my own eyes. It's not as if there's going to be a guard on duty. Even so, we were inhabitants of 7F, different from other inpatients. And thinking of vague maybes, so early in the morning, I headed towards the station. My legs settled into a lazy gait as I glanced sidelong at the people commuting to school and or work. After about 25 minutes of this, I arrived in front of the station, roughly 4 bus stops away when I calculated it out. Wow, there are a lot of people here. was my first impression of the station B. I stood out a bit because I was in pyjamas, but I felt that if I could buy a subway ticket, I'd be able to go anywhere. No question about it. I still had no idea why I'd been told to go to the B station, not the A station. But it looked as if it would be easy to escape if I really wanted to. She must have come here many times herself, so why did she remain on 7F right now? The station in the early morning. I stood there thinking these thoughts as I watched the people rapidly passing me by. That night, after the lights out, bored of the manga and unable to sleep, I wandered through the hospital alone. Certainly, it wasn't supposed to be allowed after the lights out, but we of 7F had a peculiar kind of liberty. So, in the presence of no light, in the pitch black stillness of the lounge, that was where I found her. Hey, have you been looking outside today? Yeah. The dog in the interior, she did answer me, but she continued to stare out the window as if she had not. I immediately launched into what had happened today. Oh, by the way, I went out to the station today. The B station, just as you taught me. I see. But her response did not change. I thought she'd react with something, because she'd been there before too. But now that I thought about it, did the fact that she was even here mean she had no intention of escaping in the first place? I'm going to be going home soon, I finished her. What? She opened her mouth abruptly and spoke as if she'd seen right through me. But next time will be the third time, so we may not see each other again. Yeah, I guess. Probably what she was talking about was a temporary discharge from the hospital. She told me that nobody was discharged from 7F more than 3 times. Unlike the elderly, given the progress of her diseases, this meant all the more to young people like us. Here, on her, we may not see each other again, was filled with that kind of meaning. Oh, which one have you decided on? Decided on? Where you're going to die? Dots. When the word death came up so abruptly, I was at a total loss for words. I don't know. Haven't thought about it yet. I see. It's just his first time, after all. She murmured, looking desolate. Certainly, it wasn't as if I was going to exist here forever. Just like everyone else, I would be admitted and discharged, slowly growing weak, and someday I would have to choose in the end, here on 7F, or at home surrounded by those fake smiles. I don't want to die at home, but I don't want to die here either. Then what will you do? Dots. I guess the only thing is to go somewhere while I still have the strength to. Somewhere it can't be this girl who was staying out here on 7F when she could have escaped anytime she wanted. When I thought of that, do you have any other place to go? Dots. Do you want to stop me? What? Or do you want to come with me? Well, no, that wasn't what I was thinking about. I've now lost track of who's speaking. Then don't ask. We covered it. She was staring out the window as she spoke, dispassionate, not looking at me once, the same as ever. and I'm going to stop the episode here, as I'm up my 20 minutes. But that's it for this time. I'm Hesmiyu. Goodbye.